uSports, Central Adamdale, Charles Ashley. Just a minute, we're going to have Robert Portnoy, voice of the Lobos, join us today. We've got something to present that we've been doing. Listen, a weekly player of the week is always good, okay?
Always.
You know who it should be, right? I'm not going to give it away yet.
Lights out week. It's hard,
it's
hard
obvious,
not
right?
to know who it is.
If you've been paying attention, you know who it is. We'll give it away here in just a second. Rio Rancho, though, the other night, Charles, taking on Volcano Vista, a real chance to separate themselves in Cleveland from the district. Volcano, though, with the win, bounces back and makes things out of control, ridiculous for us to seed, right?
Yeah, it was the last thing. Whoever's seeding, that's the last thing they probably wanted to see is a Volcano win, because now it's going to make it a lot harder to put these teams in different places. And Volcano now has an opportunity to just completely put your bracket in shambles.
Well, let's see it. Greg Brown and company making the trip. If you have not heard of David Cormier, you're going to hear it now. That's a shot from Lorenzo Vigil in the corner. They're on top quickly. Volcano Vista. Cormier, though, with the athleticism, put it down, big fella. Charles, you heard of David Cormier before this game?
Not necessarily. We heard a little bit about him where we're trying to find some footage on him, but look at it, very athletic
Cormier
kid.
on the inside. That's another bucket. It's the Volcano Vista Hawks up 7-4, and then if it's working, keep going at it, right?
You have to. Why not? They can't stop it.
David Cormier on the inside window. That's good to go.
And now they're getting it going. Jackson Schaap, a little missed assignment on the press. Rio Rancho, you got to find your guy. And it look, they're pressing the pace. Look at that. Nice little layup and one. Rams scrambling. Look at the score, Adam, 13 of 4. And finally, they're going to get some offense. Garrison, pump fake, mid-range jumper.
I don't know. Did he call bank? I don't know if he called bank.
I don't think so.
Patterson, this was his first bucket in the second quarter, pull up and one. That's good to go. When you're down against Volcano Vista, though, that's a problem. Jose Vigil straight away. Buckets. Look, defensively, Volcano, no doubt, the best defense we've seen in the state. Garrettson, a little curl off the window and good. Rams hanging around.
They're trying to get something going, 18-13. When you're trying to get something going, give it to your guy. Patterson, step back, a little push off, nice jumper. And again, Patterson, jab step, baseline, off the window. Pretty move right there.
He's okay.
But I think this kid's going to really develop as the season progresses. Out on the break, look for the finisher. Cormier follows it, jams it. Only a sophomore.
Where did this guy come from? 23 points, Cormier in this one. He was huge. On the inside, Garrettson, a tough bucket. No foul called. So the Rams now down 6, third quarter. Cormier says, give me that. A little kiss off the window, good. I'll tell you what, the sophomore Clay Patterson, these Pattersons come out of nowhere.
Like 19 of them out there.
Not going, excuse me, that's Brady Patterson with the bucket.
And if it works, keep doing it. Patterson's so aggressive to the hole again. But now his brother says, let me get in on the action right here. Find your brother. Wide open. Takes it to the hole. Off the glass. Pretty touch. Clay feeling it. Hurt with the rebound. Rams running. This is what they want to do. Find Patterson in the open floor. Off the glass again. He really knows how to use that.
The Rams down 9 have come back to take the lead. Charles Volcano reclaims it. And McNeely going to go window. No. Got his own rebound. Puts it up and in. And Volcano, when they're up in the fourth quarter, so tough. Cormier says, give me that. A little one-handed jam. Up 2 now, up 3. And Patterson, maybe offbeat shot. Snyder put back good, so keeps it close, Charles.
It's close. 41-39. Patterson to the line. Money, right?
Tied, right?
Ooh. Misses. He's not going to miss again, right? Of course. Knocks it down. They get an opportunity. It's 42-40. Get off. You got to box out.
Man.
Got to box out. Costly error.
This didn't matter. Down 4. They'll let Brady Patterson shoot this, misses. Rio Rancho held without a 3-point field goal in this game.
Wow.
Not their recipe. They're held to 40 points. That's their lowest score output that they put all season. Let's hear what Coach
Network,
Brown has
powered
to
by
say.
Provia Networks with head coach Greg Brown. 44-40 on the road, your second W against Rio Rancho. You guys are on a streak now. You're in sole possession of second place in the district, just climbing your way up. What a fantastic win tonight.
Man, it was a great win for us. Nothing pretty about the way we play, and we understand that. We're secure with that. We can't get into a shootout with Rio Rancho. Play tremendous defense. Jacob McNeely chasing Brady around all night. Lorenzo V. Hill running a nice floor game for us. And our sophomore, David Cormier, playing well with Caleb in foul trouble. Caleb Dixon, team effort. Proud of these guys. And we're back in this race and it feels good.
All right, well, there was huge win for Volcano Vista. Now welcoming on the set is voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy. Robert, you know these guys. You used to do these games. You know Rio Rancho Volcano and that rivalry.
It's so cool to see that there's another Patterson coming down the
There's
pike.
too many of them, right?
We all remember Austin, right? And now it's Brady's turn to shine, but there's another one coming down. No, that's really cool. Fun to see.
Tons of Pattersons, and you had the pleasure of watching pretty much the entire trio of boys going through, and as you mentioned, Clay having a pretty good season, but Brady is putting up ridiculous numbers, which is, I guess, the greatest segue into what are we going to do right now.
Okay, well, every week now going forward, it's time to pick somebody who's the best of the week, and that's why you're on here, Rob. You're also going to talk a little bit of Lobo Hoops with us, of course, but this week's Player of the Week brought to you by Cool Springs. Talk about the man himself. We've got a little highlight reel for you, but it is Brady Patterson. It's fun because you actually know this guy and called his games when he was a sophomore.
Well, you know what I was thinking about is that we've been watching Brady, we've been watching his older brother, Austin, we've been watching them do their thing both on the gridiron and on the hardwood. And it seems like it's been forever. And now with Clay coming down the line, just going to keep that lineage going, if you will. I think it's just really impressive. And it's fun to see the way that Brady has matured, guys. I mean, all the different things that he does on the court now. I remember reading something that he talked about watching Bryce Alford as a sophomore and how much he looked up to the way he played and how he was scoring 16 a game as a sophomore. And of course,
he kind of mimics his game after. We've talked about it. He looks like Bryce. Sometimes you can see the flair in him.
Yeah, you're definitely right. He plays it with a little bit of flavor, doesn't he? And I love, he's got great feet. Obviously, he's so good on the ball. And then, to shoot in traffic like that when you're contested from the three-point line, he's something.
I tell Adam all the time, his ball handling, as you mentioned, really great ball handling. But what gets overlooked a lot of times, his defense. He's really stepped up his defensive intensity, his effort. Every night he's guarding their best player. He's on the Ryan Joneses. If he can guard Liddell or Cunningham, I'm sure he would try to. So that's what I like about Patterson. He's just not shooting the ball anymore. He's passing, playing good defense, and that's why we're rewarding him with the Player of the Week.
Well, and that's the thing, right? You want to be a two-way player. You don't want to just be a two-way scorer. He can score off the bounce. He can score catch and shoot. But you want to be a two-way player. You want to be responsible on the defensive end, too, and it's great.
Well, he had 46 points against Cleveland, as mentioned, and there's no doubt then Cool Springs Player of the Week. The first one's going to go to Brady Patterson.
And he had 28 he followed that up with 28 against Santa Fe, 17 the other night. But all in all, lights out performance. It's your award. What's the criteria? What would you like to see House award this thing?
Hey, I tell you what, following the footsteps of that performance, right?
Yeah, that's
How
going to
about
be
that?
tough. 28, 46.
Tough. You know what?
46 against their rival, too.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
That district's probably going to have some players of the week, isn't it? As good as that district is.
Well, I'll tell you what,
With
yesterday we
Cleveland
went
and
over
Volcano
the five best players in the metro area that we thought. 4 of them came out of District 1. So that's just how ridiculous
and
this
he's from
district
that
is.
district, so
Yeah,
he's always
a
going
little
to give it a
biased.
little extra love.
Oh, here we go.
Speaking of extra love, you're going to stay with us and talk Lobo Hoops, right?
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm excited.
So coming up next, we will talk Lobo Hoops and their trip up to Nevada right here. It's uSports Central.
It's cold in Reno.